And welcome to a special edition of the Kenny and JT Show. It is our 2026 Cleveland Guardians spring training preview, and we are thrilled right out of the gate to be joined by the closer for your Cleveland Guardians, Cade Smith, joining us here today. Cade, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How about you guys?
Hey, we're great, man. Thanks so much for making time. I know it's early in spring training, but for our listeners, our viewers out there, give them an idea of what your off season was like, and then finally, you're back with the boys at spring training.
Sure. Yeah. The off season was a lot of working out indoors and throwing into a net and wishing and yearning for the sun and to be back out on grass. And so now that's finally here, and so I'm soaking in every minute of it to be out there in spikes with the guys and getting ready for the season. Looking forward to that.
Kate, Kenny mentions the fact you're the closer of the Cleveland Guardians now. What about preparation from going from setup to closer? Is there any difference in your preparation?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm not going to take anything for granted. It's an honor to be referenced like that. It's an honor to have my name called in that situation. And so if that's to happen going forward, like I know that everything I need to do needs to be of the utmost discipline and consistency so that if the phone rings in that scenario, my name is called. I know that I've got no stone unturned, nothing like left to chance. I've done everything I can to make sure I'm as prepared as possible, the best version of myself to go out there and compete. If I haven't done that, then I've done my teammates a disservice, and that's not what I want to do.
Cade, going back to last season, it was a crazy year, right, with the whole Emmanuel Clase situation. You start as a setup guy, you end as the closer. Your numbers are on the bottom of the screen with 16 saves. How were you able to flip the switch and mentally go from setup guy to, okay, they're putting everything on my shoulders to close it out? And not only did you close it out, you guys come back from 15 and a half games back to win the division.
Most significant thing it speaks to is the resilience of that group. Like not only just the guys in the bullpen, but the clubhouse itself. You know, like you said, pretty egregious ups and downs, some pretty stubborn highs and lows, and to be 15 and a half games back and to, you know, is have a conversation. It started with voter. Have a conversation. If we finish strong, we'll have no regrets. Like let's play our best baseball down the stretch, and that's what we did. The group came together, and the bullpen did much the same. Like. It's a tight knit group down there, and yeah, some responsibilities shifted and circumstances that no one could expect, but it doesn't all fall on just one guy. Like that entire group down there is so important because no team gets to the ninth inning without all the guys who are covering the gap in between. And so to have a group of guys down there who are all pulling in the same direction, suiting up for battle, one after the other, ready to pick the next guy up, pick the guy up in front of them, like. That's a special thing to be part of. And so that's really, I think, what it speaks to is that the resiliency of the group in the clubhouse to bear down and play our best baseball down the stretch.
Gabe, what makes Carl Willis the best pitching coach in Major League Baseball?
He's got so much experience, such a wealth of knowledge, and he does a very good job of being able to balance like the old school, really important values and things that are maybe getting pushed by the wayside by some of the tech and new school thought, but he also is able to keep he's able to bridge between that as well and refer us to the the data, the biomech and stuff like that, and the people who can help us when that's needed, but also to just keep it simple and understand the really tried and true principles that are important to pitching.
Cade Smith is our guest here on the Kenny and JT Show. Closed out 16 games for the Guardians last year. He'll have that role, it looks like, heading into this season. So, Cade, when you go back and you look at your performance specifically overall last year, what areas do you think you need to improve on, or what did you work on for this offseason and will continue to do so in spring training?
Yeah, last year there was a constant learning process going on. It wasn't just show up opening day 25 and then play the year and then like review it at the end of the year. Like there was constant conversation with the pitching staff. Our pitching staff here is phenomenal. I've learned so much of them since I signed as a free agent, just starting my career, and even the last 2 years in the major leagues. Like it's been nonstop conversation with them, things I'm working on, things that I'm trying to understand, to develop the nuance of it, how to understand the execution aspect of it, and the completing my arsenal and being able to mix and keep hitters off balance, because that's one of the things that's beautiful about baseball is it never stops adjusting. As you spend more time pitching. Whatever you're using to be successful, the hitters are going to learn to try and counteract that and try and make adjustments to beat you at your strengths. And so you have to make adjustments to keep them off balance and still keep your strengths effective and figure out how to complement them. And so there's that cat and mouse game that never stops happening. So that's been a huge thing that I've learned over the last 2 years.
What goes through the mind of a closer? I mean, to me, it's like a field goal kicker. If you miss a kick, everybody's pointing at you, or you're the one guy out there, and we expect it all the time to be, am I going to just strike this guy out? I mean, what goes through the mind of a closer? It's got to be the toughest job in baseball.
Yeah, there's no doubt that being a reliever is a tough job, right? Everyone expects you to go up there and put up a zero. It's like if you let anyone score, it's like it almost feels like you failed. And so, yeah, I think off the field, the overarching thing, what it comes down to is my faith. Is I know that my identity is not based on my performance, so that can fluctuate. It will fluctuate. It goes up and down. Like you said, there's days you come in, your lights out, no one scores, no one even reaches base. It's like that doesn't change who I am. And then there's days where you go out, you can't find the zone, or you give up. The ball's getting smacked around the yard, and it seems like a million runs score. That doesn't change who I am. I'm still a follower of Christ. I still need to be the same person, consistent for my teammates and for my family when I go home. And so that can't change. But as far as the actual on-field preparation, things like that, it needs to just come from knowing that I've done everything I can. I've done everything I need to do to make sure I'm ready for that moment. That when that phone rings and if my name is called, that I know I've done all the work and now it's time to just go compete. And then it could be very, relaxed aspect of it, knowing that hey, my preparation's done. It's time to go play. It is still a game, to come into some of those situations, tight game, sold out stadium, fans are on their feet. That's fun. That's so much fun. Everyone to be there is having fun. Why should I not be having fun when I go out there to go play a game in that situation?
Cade, this offseason, the team didn't do a lot offensively. They've added some relievers to compete. How do you look at that? Do you look at that as, man, I wish they would have added more pieces to make us better? Or do you say, no, they believe in what they have, so we're going to bat and to throw with the guys that are here on the roster?
Well, I'd say two things. First of all is that I'm not going to get worried about things that are outside of my control. So I'm not going to waste my energy getting upset about that. But the second thing is I'm going to say, you look at how we finished the last month and a half of the season. Like you said, coming back from 15 and a half games back, we played the best baseball of our year with the guys that were in the clubhouse at that time. And we have a lot of those guys back. And so it's to have that experience behind us, to have that understanding of how resilient and gritty and persistent we can be, and to get ready to, have a blank slate going forward in 2026 with those guys beside us, I think that's a great spot to be.
Cade, last thing, and we'll let you go. What was Voter's message to you guys as you got to spring training now? We've got a couple of games under your belt. More games are coming and everything like that. What did he say to you guys when he had you all together?
I think the first thing was appreciation of how hard everybody's worked. A lot of guys have been down here in Arizona early. This is the best place to be, in my opinion, to get things fine-tuned and ready to go for the year. But I think more than anything else, it's just excitement. It's excitement for, like I said, to have the group of guys that we have, to have the clubhouse that we have as tight-knit as it is, to be ready to go, like I said, we're playing a game. What a blessing that is to be able to go and play a game. So I think it's just excitement.
Cade, we appreciate the time. Best of luck in spring training. Look forward to seeing you at the ballpark. Have another great year. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
There he is, Cade Smith, closer for your Cleveland Guardians, spending some time with us here on the Kenny and JT Show.